Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From the Bitter Bassman collection.
Someone got a shirt.
What? What? It was a gift. I didn't even pay for this. It was a gift. I can't help it. People don't give you presents. It's not my fault. Blame Paul.
I do.
He's in trouble. Not really. We're from RNA Music, your favorite mom and pop guitar shop deep in the heart of Texas.
Yes. I think we're the favorite in America.
We're the greatest American mom and pop guitar shop there is.
Yes, we should switch that to an American flag.
Nah. Nah, because, you know.
Nah, bro.
Texas wins. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so we're here to answer your questions. Well, let's get to it. So distracted. You're super foxy. Distracted. First question. Colin James. Hi, Colin. How are you, man? Question for next week. Ryan, I noticed on a post on other social media you were changing strings on a bass. Since this is a somewhat contentious topic, I figured I'd ask your opinion. How often do you recommend changing bass strings?
Never.
Shh. Hush. Hush back there. You don't know.
Get back in your cage, Lawley.
Colin's probably referring to my Instagram post or Facebook. So if you don't follow RNA Music yet on Instagram, you should follow RNA Music on Instagram. Especially the stories, because sometimes Angela snatches my phone and does Instagram stories. Actually, she does it from her phone because she's on the account. Anyways, how often do you recommend changing bass strings? Uh-oh.
No.
He's like, oh, I'm coming in on this one.
He didn't know there was a bass question.
I did not know. You never change your strings. You don't change them until you see blood coming off your fingers from the rust of the years of not changing them.
Yeah, so we were having band practice the other day, and Paul was like, how old are these strings?
Made me bleed. That's how I knew they were
perfect. Yeah, those were like, even you were like, these strings are kind of old. You might.
At the end of it, I was like, my fingers smell like rust.
And blood.
Metal in here.
Iron.
Well, I just changed, the post you're referring to is I just changed strings on my son's bass because we have a student recital in 2 days.
Yes.
And he's playing, and he wanted to use a specific bass because it has Star Wars stickers on it. And we're playing a Star Wars song. But yeah, the strings, I think the strings on that bass were original. We're talking like 4 or 5 years, which I do not condone. Right. I do not condone.
Like about right now.
I don't condone that. But in Nicholas's defense, that's not his main bass. He got a newer bass.
That doesn't matter.
Plays the newer bass. The newer bass has newer strings.
I just get new basses. I don't change strings. I just buy a new bass. I'm like,
yeah.
Guys, is this a new bass? No. Change your strings.
Yeah, last new bass he got was like, man, this sounds awesome. I'm like, it does have new strings, Paul.
No, it's new strings.
Now I will.
Twinkies.
Yes.
Oh, look. Too bad Angela didn't get one.
She can have this one. It's more special because now it's got my stank on it.
Well, we might have to burn it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Now I will refer you. Well, I'll let Paul answer in a minute for real. That might have been his real answer.
No.
But
That's how it gets on.
No.
Yeah. Hey, you might want some strings, you know.
I gotta keep him in business.
Yeah, my sole bass string customer.
Yeah. I gotta.
Antonio Mendoza would buy strings occasionally.
Occasionally.
I will refer to my friend Stacy, who is he's the warehouse manager for Kaiser Capos. Hi, Stacy. Stacy is a bass player who gigs on the regular, like, you know, once a week or so. He has a band. He plays at church. He plays with a band. You know, has a rock band. And I sent Stacy that picture. I'm like, I'm changing strings on this bass, man. Bass players. He's like, hey, whoa. He's like, I change mine like every 2 months at the most, like at the longest. So he does it about every 2 months. Sometimes sooner
that's an
if he has, you know,
gigs.
Regular gigs. Paying gigs.
When I was playing regular, it
paying
was
gigs
every 6 months, but that was like 2 or 3 times a month.
Gigs, not like weekly gigs.
Well, every other week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
The thing that got worse is we played a lot of. You might want to change them sooner because we played a lot of bars that had a lot of smoke, and man, for some reason it sticks to your strings and you can actually feel it.
Necktie.
Smoky strings. Smoky strings need to be changed more often. So I'm going to defer. Like I thought, Stacy had a good answer. His was about every 2 months, gigging on the regs. I know bass strings are expensive, right? $20.
I know what's up with that, man. It's like $1 per string for guitars.
But basically, it's like 2 packs of guitar strings pulled into 4 strings.
It's like
the girth and the.
It's about the cost of 4 packs of electric strings. So, yeah, you know. Yeah. But they sound great. New strings do sound good.
Rip us off.
Yeah.
It's another reason to be bitter, man. You screw up on everything.
Right.
You're a bass player. Get in the back of the band.
Go back in the corner over there.
Charge you more for strings.
Get back in your cage.
Let's not let you have the ladies because we'll get them all. I'm out of here.
Now you know why he's bitter.
Yes.
Bass strings are so expensive.
The bitter saga continues.
That's all it is. It really depends on how often you play. Like if you're like Stacy, gigging, you know, like real gigs, like paying gigs, you know, 3, 4, 5 times a month, you might want to do it more often. If it's just you playing in your room, you know, playing with friends, you know. The School of Paul says every 6 months, but he doesn't do it every 6 months.
I said when your fingers bleed.
Oh, when your fingers bleed, that's when I would buy new bass strings.
That's right.
Call him.
Yes.
So, there you go.
There you go.
Great question. Thank you so much. Next question. How do you pronounce that? Desheen? I don't know. Any ideas?
It could be it could be k.
Is it L or Ellie? Or L?
It could be
I don't know.
De. We're sorry.
I'm sorry if I don't, you know.
It could be, yeah.
Sorry if I
it could
butchered
be
your name.
Like deck.
Dekeen?
Mm-hmm.
Dekeen? Desheen. Decheen. Dechine. El Dechine. Referring to the E flat for vocals questions, I wonder if it's to avoid a specific note. I have a break at C above middle C, which is an awkward place. With the help of a good vocal coach and effective warm-up, I've been able to smooth that transition out, but it's still not entirely comfortable. Taking things down a half step would help me avoid that break point in many songs. Thoughts? Especially from Angela.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that getting that vocal coaching for, especially getting your breath to support your voice instead of letting your voice carry on your breath. Because as you're breathing, if you have that breathy, you're not going to be able to get the strength that you need to either move up or half down a step. So yeah, what is it? What did it say? Transitioning out. Yeah, good vocal coach, effective warm-ups, having somebody being able to pinpoint exactly where your voice is coming from for those specific notes, if you're using your head voice or you're relying solely on your throat, lower mouth to throat, or if you're trying to get those notes out of your chest, that all is a part of it. So having a really good vocal coach to be able to pinpoint exactly where your voice is coming from and to be able to help you vocalize and strengthen to get up to that step. Yeah, there's a couple of notes that just might be a little off, but like I said in the previous video, we all have that mind trick that happens when we hear a note. We think that we have to overshoot that note, and you don't have to overshoot the note. Practice going up each note at a time, even the half steps, even the sharps and flats, and you'll get through it. As long as you're supporting with your diaphragm, your lungs are in the air and your lungs are supporting your voice, you can hit those notes pretty easy. Yeah. So, and the clarity will get there.
I think it comes back to knowing your range. I mean, yeah, it could be for some people that the very top note of their range, that is their comfort zone, could be, you're straining to hit an E I mean, it's very uncomfortable. So maybe, yeah, you could hit an E flat, which is a half step lower.
Right.
You're still right on the edge of your comfort zone. So, you know, for some people whose ranges fall in a very narrow band, maybe that could help. But you might as well say, well, why not tune down a whole step? If tuning down a half step is taking it from I can't do it to I can barely do it, take it down a whole step. But people never say, like, we tune down a whole step for vocals.
Yeah.
I mean, some people do. Like
Yeah.
Ozzy does these days, because someone else commented, is like, yeah, man, I'm not 20 years old anymore. I can't,
Right. No,
I can't hit
you.
those things anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I lost my voice twice this past year during the spring.
like laryngitis lost
like
my voice.
completely lost my voice, and even because of those two things, and it was literally just not because I was singing improperly or even singing. It was just talking, waking up in the morning, and my voice is gone.
And allergies.
And it has affected my voice significantly, where even just my breath, because it affected my lungs, having that strength in my lungs. So I'm having to build back up. So even those little half-step transitions, I've noticed that, oh, it's a little bit harder for me. Let me readjust how I'm delivering that note so that it relaxes certain parts where I was relying on before. I can change it just a little bit and tweak it just a tad where I can hit that note comfortably. But again, I don't try to go out of my comfort zone too much. And if you're singing songs that are always stretching you beyond your breaking point or trying to get you up to the edge of that, then you might want to think of changing the keys on everything, or avoid those songs entirely until you get the proper training.
I think the real problem is guitar players, because of the way the guitar is built, we want to play things with certain chord shapes.
Yeah.
Right. We want to use G chords and C chords and these open cowboy chords, and we don't want to we just can't change keys. Let's change it to another key. Yes, for the vocalist that works, but then all of what's comfortable for our hands playing physically isn't comfortable anymore. So there's where, using a capo or tuning the guitar down, because we still want to use open strings in our riffs and do certain physical things. So it's a little bit different for guitar players. I will say this than say piano players. You're like, oh, I'll just change keys.
Right.
Because it doesn't really, it's not that much of a big deal to change keys on the piano. Whereas on a guitar, it's like, oh, well, I can't play that riff now because the lowest note is in a weird place physically. So I think that's a little bit to do with it, though. Yeah. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
L. Thanks for the question. Next question. The Hank Rots Project. Hey guys, first a question for next week. I'm curious if Angela listened to Glenn Hansard from a couple of FAQs ago when she said she doesn't like newer music. I think someone suggested listening to that for new music. You haven't listened to it?
No.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I honestly, I have had a few new vocal students come in, and I always ask them a question. What is your favorite genre of music? Who is your favorite artist? And what is your favorite song? So I can get an idea of the music I choose for them, so that they aren't completely like, oh, hang on. So they were naming stuff. I'm like, I have no idea who that is. They're like, really? Wow, you don't know who that is? I'm like,
yeah, and you're like, do you know who this is? And they're like,
no.
Who?
Because I don't listen to a lot of music all the time. I stick to what I know, and I stick to the classics.
But then you could say, well, have you heard of Etta James? And they're like, who?
Yeah. And then you sing At Last, and they're like, oh, I didn't know that's her name, because they've heard Christina Aguilera's version and blah, 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 blah. But, yeah, so I will actually go listen tonight. To listen, to see. Because
you reminded us.
Yes, because there have been a few times where people have introduced new artists to me. It has been about 10 years ago that I actually took them up on that offer. But I was just like, yeah, I'll listen to that. And I was like, yeah, I can dig that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So,
hey, my bass student, she's into this band I'm like, I had never heard of. And I was listening, I was like, I kind of like these guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Actually, we were I'm trying to plan out our January recital, and trying to get some songs for our girl band and our guys and everything. And I'm going through some songs that are really good because my vocalists are predominantly altos, which is wonderful for me. But I was going through songs for altos on YouTube. It says literally songs for alto singers, you know, karaoke usually. But there was a rock song from this girl in there called The Best Coast. Or Best Coast. I don't think there's "the" at the beginning of it. It's Best Coast.
Best Coast. It's
and they're like
Texas.
this really poppy, kitschy rock band. They're
Punk
really
pop.
cute. Yeah, punk pop kind of. Very reminiscent of the early '90s type stuff. And
when music was good.
and I really dug her voice and their style of music. She was the video was making fun of 80s workout videos. It was really cute little video, and it's just about happy and being in love, but it was like a rock song. So I thought, yeah, I could kind of listen to that, have it playing in the background. I went to listen to a few of their songs, and I mean, they're a young band, they're young guys, maybe in their late 20s or something, but mid to late 20s. I thought, hey, so I have.
Bunch of babies.
I correct myself. I have listened to something that I've never listened to before in my life, only because I was on the road. Of course, before that, I had written down Edge of 17 before some Stevie Nicks. So I was like, Stevie Nicks, and then that song was right underneath it. I was like, what's this? Click. Oh, huh. So
Best
it was
Coast.
like pure accident. It was a pure accident that I even found them.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
But you'll check them out.
But I will. I'll check out Glenn Hansard tonight.
Thanks for the question, Hank Rott's Project.
Yes.
Next question, PRS Rocker. I just like that name. I like PRSs. PRSs. You know who's shopping for a PRS right now?
Mm-hmm.
Adam Lamar from Warefoot.
I bet. I can see
He's
that.
scoping out. He's transitioning from his former favorite guitars to play to new favorite guitars to play.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
he needs to get a Schecter. But PRSs are okay, dude.
Yeah.
They're fine. Hi guys, great video as usual. First, my question is for Angela. Sorry, Ryan. That's fine. I wish she had all the questions. How important is vocal monitoring to the singer, and what can the band do? Ryan, you can jump in here to help the singer hear. Have you used in-ear monitors, and if so, did they help? As a singer, I love my in-ears, and with a band with a hard-hitting drummer and loud bands, they can also help save your ears from damage as well. Cheers. Hashtag KTMA. Vocal monitoring. Well, I don't think you've ever used in-ears.
Yes, I have.
Have you? Oh, wait.
Yes.
You did.
I have my own Shure monitor in
I
here.
bought you some. That's right.
You're so late to this game. Come
I
on.
forgot. I bought you some. That's true.
I have used them and I love them. I come from the school of floor monitors, which are
Trash.
atrocious. The most insane form of vocal monitoring or listening that has ever been, other than, you know, just plain live and nothing mic'd. Like, there, I mean, you just go back to that, you know.
No monitors.
So yes, having that, the band I was a worship team that I was a part of, had inner ear monitors and an app that linked with our monitor system, so that we can go on there on the app and actually turn up what we heard.
Yeah,
in our ear.
Control your own mix, basically.
So we had our mix board on an app on our phones, and I would have it just like on my music stand, and I could, like, you know, get the bass drum and the snare, you know, whatever was keeping time, the bass player, and then the
bass player.
Well, you know, so I could hear the time of the song, and cause the rhythm section. So I had
good
the
bass.
important part of the band.
the most important part of the band, and then like the acoustic guy and the lead singer, so I can hear and harmonize.
Turn off the other singers,
and I turn off everybody else because I don't need to. If I can harmonize with the lead guy, if they sound like trash, it's not my fault. At least, you know. So I would always do that. So.
Hot garbage.
Hot garbage. They didn't. It was usually me and the lead singer. I was the only vocalist. But yeah, I would get rid of all the crash cymbals and like everything.
No chinas?
No chinas, nothing. And it worked great. So I could tweak it just a little bit And as long as I had the vocalist that I was harmonizing with, or even just the lead guitarist or the piano, whoever was leading the song, so I can sing along with it if I was leading a song, then that worked out perfectly. I think it's very important to have some kind of monitoring. If you can do inner ear monitors, then go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, you'll never go back.
Because what happens is it's just like whenever a vocalist, plugs their ear so they can hear it inside their head, hear their inside head voice. It gives you that effect. My monitors, I was able to do my right ear, left ear. So I heard my voice predominantly in one ear than the other. It was really wild how you can change it. So I can hear myself a lot, and then I'm like, oh yeah, no, don't harmonize like that. Oh, go down. He's not going there. Go up. Go. Oh no, now sing the melody because he's now harmonizing. So or whatever.
That's
whatever
the real
works.
challenge. Trying to harmonize with someone who's not consistent.
Yeah, and it's a lot of time. Whenever you're feeling the room and you're going through and helping change and you're leading, there's so many dynamics that go with it. But yes, I strongly recommend in-ear monitors. For vocalists, because the floor monitors, like I said, are trash. And a lot of times if you're trying to hear yourself through the mains, if you don't have monitors for vocalists and you're trying to hear yourself, there's no way that you're going to really truly hear yourself. So you're just relying on what you kind of hear from the backsplash of your the microphone in your face, the ricochet, or does it reflection, the bounce back, and or what you hear in your ear. Like when we practice in this room for our band, all I have is this one little speaker over here, and it's facing towards the band. It's not facing towards me. So I can't hear myself at all. And even plugging my ear, because we're in such a small room, it's void. Like there's no point in it.
What about when I bring the other one in?
It's still, you can barely hear it because there's too much
noise.
Too many, these giant speaker cabinets blaring out guitars plus an acoustic drum set.
Dang it! What's that one behind you?
Which one? Oh. The EVH.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? 2 giant half stacks.
Yes.
In a practice
so when you
room.
have that and an acoustic drum set, and a bass amp and everything, a small little, baby karaoke speakers aren't gonna give you any boost. So even in a giant room with the speakers facing towards the crowd, which it should, is not giving you enough. So I highly recommend in-ear monitors.
Thumbs up for the in-ears. Thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Great holiday fun.
Here you go, PRS Rocker. Thanks for the question. And I don't mind if you ask Angela questions. That's fine. Next question. Brian from Oregon. Oregon. Hi guys. How did the $1 cabinet turn out? I love watching and keeping up with you all. You've become like a part of our family. If you're ever in Oregon, you've got a place to crash with us. Thanks, Brian. The $1 cabinet, Angela. How did it turn out?
I was like, what are you talking about? I'm thinking cabinet. I'm like, when did you get a $1 cabinet? It turned out great. It really did. I love it. It's in our living room. It didn't make it to the bedroom because it was heavy.
It was heavy
as all get out.
Stuff.
That's some country right there. It was heavy as all get out. And so it made around the corner, and
you'll have to do some video of it on this Saturday's vlog.
Yes, I will. I haven't found the right stencil because I wanted to do some light stenciling with a lighter shade to make it pop. But I haven't yet. But it's really pretty. I have it on the wall, a smaller wall, and we had a painting on it, so the painting's just resting on top.
The cats love it.
They do.
The cats, man.
So I had to use my...
How tall is it? It's like 5 foot tall?
At least.
6?
Yeah.
It's tall.
It's as tall as I am.
Well, the cats just lay up there.
Yeah, they
and enjoy surveying their kingdom from atop of the $1 cabinet.
Yes. yes, they do.
Like queens.
Not mosquito bites. I'm sorry.
The queens that they are.
Yes, so it did. It turned out really great. That elephant gray chalk paint from Walmart. Yes. I still haven't tackled the doors yet. I need to get some really good paint for them. I'm just debating on, because, you know, once it's painted, it's going in our bedroom, so I really want it to be.
I gotta fix one of the hinges. One of the hinges is busted.
Oh, yeah, of the cabinet.
Of the cabinet.
Yeah.
What other hinges would you talk about?
I was talking about the big doors.
Oh, the big doors.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, the big doors. Big doors.
Yeah.
I think cabinet doors.
Yeah, but the cabinet doors, one of the hinges is busted,
yeah.
and we have to fix it. But that's great. Thanks for asking.
Stay tuned for this Saturday vlog. Maybe she'll cover it.
Maybe.
Maybe. Thanks for the question, Brian, from Oregon. Final question. Hugh Caldwell. Hello, Hugh.
Hello.
Hey, RNA. Modeling amp or low watt tube amp for bedroom playing? Keep the music alive.
No amps. Get out of your bedroom.
What? No amps in the bedroom? What are you talking about? I don't have any amps in our bedroom. Wait, there's one.
Yeah. On my side of the bed.
Well, there's stuff on my side of the room. Great question, Hugh. Number one, if you're married, don't keep amps in your bedroom. Your wife, she's not happy about it. If she says, I don't mind, it's great, I love seeing you, she's lying. She does mind, but she's being really sweet because she likes you.
She's a good wife.
She likes you, but really she minds. So just go ahead and get a man cave somewhere or another room, or put him in the bathroom or something. I don't know. You know, I'm probably going to lean toward small tube amp, and here's why. Let me sum up. Now, I think I have a Black Star. I think I have a little Black Star combo in our room at home, so I can practice guitar at home. I rarely practice at home, honestly. But
yes, but it's still in our room.
But, well, because for the recital, I've got to practice. And sometimes I practice. Anyways. But recently, I was at the Bitter Bass Player's house. And I have an amp in his... it's in his bathroom of his studio room, and it's a 18 watt.
Where beautiful sounds come from.
It's where the Majak magic sounds come from. His bathroom. 18 watt Class A. We've got a 2x12. It's shoved in the bathroom so we can record and be in the room. That thing sounds friggin' awesome. I keep forgetting. I go over there, I'm like, dadgum, this sounds good. Yeah, dadgum. Last time I was there, I thought I should take this amp back home. I need to take this amp back to the shop because it sounds ridiculous. So, you know, and nothing wrong with modeling stuff or, you know, desktop things. You know, whatever works for your situation, whatever you have room for in your bedroom. You know, if you have to play on your iPhone, you know, whatever. It's all good. But given the choice, I would prefer a small tube amp. 'Cause, man, it just sounds a good one, man. It just sounds good, man. Like that little Class A, it's a positron. It's just
It's a transformer.
It's a transformer. It's just a volume and tone, and I'm using some overdrive pedals with it, and it just sounds fantastic. But yeah, that's my answer. I'm going to bring it home from Paul's house and put it on my side of the bed, right next. It's going to be my nightstand. I'm going to put my stuff on it. I'm not going to do that. I might bring it to the shop though, or just leave it at Paul's. So when I go over to play, it'll be there. That's where it's going to stay. So I have something to play when I go over to the Bitter Bassman's house. And on that note,
and we're done.
That's the end.
I always gonna end it on. Why are you making it sound like ending on the Bitter Bassman is a bad thing? And the Bitter Bassman sounds. And the end. Let's cut it off there.
No, let's just leave it alone. Lord have mercy.
So
Another Bitter Bassman thing.
You may have noticed my lovely new shirt.
Yes.
that my beard is covering half of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paul finally got some shirts. Come on in.
Y'all are Twinkies.
After
He's already been in.
somebody's been bugging me.
Come on in, Paularina.
Yeah.
These are the
he succumbed
prototypes.
to peer pressure.
I did 40-something peer pressure.
Yes.
I've been pestering you for like a year now to have some Bitter Base shirts.
I don't know.
So finally,
Ike knows that.
Finally.
Ike knows that pressure.
Yeah, Ike. See, he picks on the Italians.
it's only because I like them so much. It's because I care.
He needs more of you in his life.
Because I care. Right? So, Paul finally got his shirt together. And
well, it took a year or two. Yeah. I don't know how long.
Yeah, so if you want to...
Hey, if I tell you I'm going to do it, you don't have to remind me every 6 months. I will get it done.
He'll do it eventually. But yeah, so he finally got his Teespring set up for the Bitter Bassman shirts. If you're interested, if you're a bass player,
you bass players out there,
all two bass players watching this, if you want a Bitter Bassman shirt because you're bitter about the inequality that bass players face on a regular basis,
yes, take back the power.
Basis. We'll put a link to the Teespring in the description of this video. Go in there and get you one if you want.
We will tell you, since these were the prototypes, the images are up a little bit higher, kind of like a Superman thing. So when I'm at work and I wear this underneath, I go,
yeah. And for me, it'll be like, hey, I like your shirt, man. What's that say? I'm like, right? So if you have a majestic beard.
And they are premium, so they do run. I would honestly get a size bigger than you normally wear.
Yeah, upsize.
I got him a 2X. He normally wears a XL, and it fits him pretty good.
Yeah, well, I've been losing weight.
Shrinkage.
We'll find out.
Shrinkage.
We'll find out.
And I normally wear large, and this one just makes me look like I'm ripped. It shows off my farmer's tan.
Yes, good old farmer's tan.
If you have a farmer's tan and you wear large, get an extra large. If not, everyone will see it.
I wonder if you can get talls, because sometimes on Teespring they come in talls.
I don't know. These actually hang down
pretty tall. They look like they go.
That's because you went with the middle grade nicer shirts. If you get the little bit less swanky shirts, you can get them in talls. So that's why I like the Hanes.
Well, I didn't want to be cheap and I didn't want to be expensive. So
bass players got money though, because they're dependable. They show up on time. Wait. I mean, they show up to work on time.
Oh, yeah.
They don't show up to band practice on time. They show up to their jobs.
We got our parts down.
They show up to their jobs.
Priorities.
Yes.
Priorities.
There's also stickers. If you want just the sticker.
Do you have the hashtag Bitter Bassman?
I'm working on the second shirt. One shirt at a time.
No, I'm talking about sticker for your car.
No, it's this one. It looks just like this.
Oh.
Because it comes with, it's the part that you upload.
Yeah.
I might want one of those. Nicholas wants one for his truck.
Well, I have a extra one at the house for Nicholas.
Oh, a custom one.
Custom by Adam Lamar.
Adam Lamar knows a thing or two about stickers.
Yes.
Rodzilla Graphics in Nacogdoches, Texas. I shouldn't tell people that. Because people will be like, oh, I'm going to go leave him a bad comment. But,
don't you dare.
Probably not. We love him. All right, so yeah, so check out the link in the description. Get your Bitter Bassman shirt if you want one. Of course, you can always get your RNA Music shirt. Can't help you with the POD shirt. You got to talk to POD about that. But we're like this. We're homies. They like me. We are. And yeah, I have an old POD shirt I wanted their concert that they actually did themselves. Like, we did those shirts ourselves. I'm like, I know. Check it out, right? And they're like, you're an OG. And I'm like, I am. I'm the OGest OG you've ever OG'd.
OG.
From Texas. Anyways, if you have a question for next week, leave that below. If you have a comment,
there you go, Paul.
Leave that. Leave that. We appreciate
man, standing up, I look like a T-Rex.
T-Rexes are tight. I've got like 5 T-Rexes on my video game.
I snorted.
I play video games. All right. Thank you guys so much. We got a lot of comments. I did read all of them. I'll try to go through and heart the comments. I don't always answer every single comment because we're starting to get quite a few across all 960 of our videos. But I do try to leave that little heart there. Thank you so much. So leave your comments, leave your questions. We all laugh at Paul.
I'm used to it.
And we will see y'all next week. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music.
We need to keep it alive for bass players everywhere.
Yeah, we do. We need jobs. We need side jobs.
Keep the music alive for bass players. because they need the help.
We all do.
And we'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.
I shouldn't do that in today's world.
Keep faith in the base.
I didn't mean to offend anyone. Keep faith in the base.
Don't point.
Yeah,
What was the comment you had on the? I forgot. You said something earlier. I thought that's a good sign off.
I say a lot of good stuff.
I know.
Half of it, 90% of it's not on camera.
I know.
Just carry a camera around.
And we always end the conversation with, "You should have had a camera."
I know. We need to just install cameras all around.
Just have little.
Hey, mark that.
What's it called? Those little GoPros, like always on us.
GoPro everywhere. Constantly filming.
Constantly filming. Scoot your head this way.
No. That.
Oh.
You're in a better mood now.
Totally black girl trying to smack too.
Can't see my shirt.
Mommy's tummy's full, so mommy's happy.
It just looks like a.
I got my
like
pod shirt on.
It's like a beard
Pod
with legs
people.
on it. POD.